Hollow Knight is a 2D Souls-like Metroidvania game where you play as a knight, exploring the depths of Hallownest. This game has an enormous cast of characters and a deep lore to be uncovered. But the question is Hollow Knight worth your money and time? The answer is 100% yes. I would strongly recommend this game to anyone who likes a bit of challenge and satisfying combat. Hollow Knight is actually one of my favorite games of all time, and even on my second playthrough, I still enjoyed every second of it, which makes this game replayable. This masterpiece of a game has good combat, amazing boss fights, secrets for you to find, with a deep and dark but memorable locations. And now, I will break this game down and tell you why I think Hollow Knight is a masterpiece of a game. Disclaimer: moving forward, I will talk about spoilers and areas in the game that you might want to experience yourself first. I will also talk about 3 of the 4 endings you can get in the game. So if you do not want to get spoiled, please play Hollow Knight first and come back for my analysis of the game. First, let's talk about the supporting characters in the game. I love how each character has their own journey and their own lives to live while you're exploring Hallownest, and most of them have their own unique goals and personalities, which makes them all lovable, such as Mila. Some of them even have roles in the game and helps you in your journey. I also like how Team Cherry, the developer of Hollow Knight, are not scared of you actually missing some of these stories if you didn't explore everything, and some of the stories you can miss are based on your decisions in the game. Even though Hallownest is a deep and dark world, it's what makes it memorable as a game. The levels are all distinct, with unique monsters and bosses to defeat, and the soundtrack is just magical. Hollow Knight has unique mechanics that is brilliantly designed, such as the map, where you need to find this guy who will sell you the map in each area, and it will only show you a part of the area, which you would need to fill up yourself by buying the quill and sitting down on a bench after exploring, which gives you the feeling of actually exploring, and you can easily find the places that you haven't gone to yet. This game also has the soul mechanic, where you can gather up souls by hitting enemies, and you use these souls to either heal or deal more damage and get invisibility frames using spells. There are a lot of stuff to collect, which makes everything you do in Hollow Knight worth it. An example of stuff you can get are charms, which you can mix and match to make your own personal build. You can also get extra masks, which gives you more health points and extra souls that you can store. You can also upgrade your spells, which makes it deal more damage, and even upgrade your cloak, so you can dash through enemies. There are also pale ores, which you can use to upgrade your nail, grubs that you can free, and the grub father will give you rewards for each grub that you find. You will definitely die a lot in this game, and you need to make sure that you kill your shade when you die, so that you get all of your geo back, which you use to buy stuff like charms, charm notches, and the Lumafly lantern, which is a necessity when exploring dark areas in the game, such as Deep Nest, Stone Sanctuary, and some parts of Crystal Peaks, which leads you to the resting grounds. And now, let's talk about my favorite part of Hollow Knight, which are the bosses. The bosses in this game have their own unique attack patterns, which you need to learn in order to find the right time to attack, or else you will die a lot. And now behold, my favorite boss fight in the game. And if you think that's cool, then just look at this. After defeating the boss, you get this satisfying feeling of being respected by the enemies you just defeated, and even the other mantises who were super annoying at the start will now show their respect to you. It's time to wrap up this video, so how about we move on to the last boss in the game. The last boss in the game is the Hollow Knight, which you will be able to fight after killing 3 dreamers in their sleep. There's Monomon the Teacher, Lurien the Watcher, and Hera the Beast, who are sleeping because they were sacrificed and used as a seal to this final boss. And by the way, after killing one of the dreamers or the broken vessel, the Forgotten Crossroads will turn into the Infected Crossroads, and this will happen. Anyways, upon defeating the 3 dreamers, you will need to go to the Black Egg Temple and fight the Hollow Knight. Upon defeating him, you will replace him as a vessel for this orange entity and become a knight with no mind to think, no will to break, no voice to cry suffering. Born of God and void, you shall seal the blinding light that plagues their dreams. You are the vessel. You are the Hollow Knight. Now, if you think that this is a bit anticlimactic for an ending, well, that's because this ending is a bad ending. It's not the worst ending you can get, but definitely a bad ending. The worst ending is the same as the bad ending, but Hornet dies and gets sealed as well. And the good ending is where you instead fight this orange entity inside the Hollow Knight, which is the Radiance. And after defeating the Radiance, the Knight, who we play as, will die in the process, and Hornet will survive, which leads to the sequel of this game, Hollow Knight Silksong, which will come soon, maybe, hopefully, in the next 12 months. Now, there are a lot more to this game that I haven't even talked about in this video, such as upgrading your nail masters you can find that teaches you nail arts. There are also dream variants to bosses that you have defeated before. There's the Colosseum of Fools, and the Grimtrope and Godmaster DLC, which are free by the way. And there are also 2 more endings that you can get in the Godmaster DLC after defeating Absolute Radiance at the top of the Pantheon of Hallownest. Both of them are technically the same, but the other ending has a tiny detail that's different. And with all that being said, that's all for this video. Much love, and thanks for watching.